All right, so as promised, today we are working on your diet and survival writing, which goes with pretty much the usual schedule. We've done the research. Yesterday, you should have done some diet and survival research. If you haven't finished doing the research, remember you should have 2 or 3 facts at least for each section. Then what you want to do is don't watch this video yet until you have finished your research, otherwise it won't help you. And we want this to be a helpful video for you, okay? So make sure that you have finished your research before you have watched this video. So this is the research that we did yesterday. These are my examples. So remember, I was with Karen the caribou up in the tundra of Canada, and I have found some facts about diet. So I answered the question that they were herbivores, carnivores, or omnivores. Caribou are herbivores. I found the food that it eats, okay, and I found how they eat. And I also looked up their predators. So I have lots of facts here for diet. And for survival, remember we talked about how survival was adaptations to their environment, or things that protected them. So how it protects itself from humans and predators, or how it attacks others. So those were the things you should have found for survival, which basically just answers the question, how does your animal survive? So hopefully you have found at least 2 or 3 facts for each section. You might have found more for diet, and that's okay. As long as you have at least 2 for survival, that is fine. So today you are going to be taking your research and working on this page, which is your diet and survival page. I've sent through the template on class stories today, so you have it. Remember that if you don't want to print it out, you don't have to. You can just write it down in your home learning journal or on a piece of paper. That's fine. Remember, you also don't have to write like this part on the side where it says topic sentence. Ooh, whoa, too far. Not finished. So you can also, here where it says topic sentence, you don't have to write that part in. I should be able to figure it out, okay? So as long as you have just written these parts, that is fine, okay? So basically, your paragraph should be, so this part, your body, you should have between 4 and 8 sentences long. It's up to you how many you put in, but it needs to be at least 4 sentences. I would love it if it was 6 sentences, because that means you've used 3 facts for diet and 3 facts for survival. That would be perfect. But if you even have 5 sentences or 6 sentences or 7 sentences, that's awesome. Okay, 8, amazing. That means you found 4 facts for each. That's perfect. That's very well done. So we're going to start with our topic sentence. And remember that Miss Julia is writing about brown bears. So she's given us some tips here. So once again, with the topic sentence, you're trying to draw the reader in while explaining exactly what the paragraph will be about. So some examples that she could choose from. The first one is brown bears are fierce, intimidating animals with special features that allow them to hunt and survive in the wild. Now that one's okay, but it doesn't really tell me that it's going to be about what the animal eats. It's kind of missing a little bit of details. So let's look at number 2. Even though brown bears have sharp teeth and look terrifying, they eat more than just meat. In this paragraph, I will tell you all about their diet and how they survive. So this is great. Okay, it's drawn me in. It's giving me an interesting thing. Wow, I didn't know that brown bears I thought because they had sharp teeth, they just ate meat. They ate meat. See, I can't talk again today. Then I find out, wow, they eat more than just that. I actually knew that, but don't tell Miss Julia. She'll be sad. And then she also added in this paragraph, I will tell you all about their diet and how they survive, which is perfect. So the next part, number 3, is another good one. It said berries and fish and insects, oh my. In this paragraph, I will tell you all about the diet of brown bears and the features that help them to survive. So that one's really good. It has an interesting hook at the start, and then it tells me exactly what I'm going to find out in your paragraph. So that's the one that she chose to write up here. Now, you could cross this part off. You don't need to have that part. And even if you just wrote in this paragraph, I will tell you all about the diet of insert your animal here and the features that help them to survive. That's perfect. Okay, that's really all you need. If you wanted to add a little hook at the start, that is fine. It's up to you. Remember, you only need to tell me really about what the paragraph is about. So now we're going to take the research part and write the body. So this is where you need to put in your research. So because the sheet says 4 to 5 sentences, because we're writing about 2 topics, remember I said to try to find maybe 3 things for each one. So I want to see 5 or 6 sentences if you can. So let's see what Miss Julia has done in your writing. So the first thing is that she has answered the question, is an animal a herbivore, carnivore, or omnivore? So that's sentence 1. Brown bears are omnivores, so I can cross that off. What does the animal eat? This means that they eat meat like rabbits, fish, and other small animals, but they also eat berries, nuts, fruits, and grass. That's sentence 2. That's a long sentence. So I have what type of diet it has. I had what does it eat. So let's see if she's answered how does it hunt or gather its food. Brown bears hunt, perfect, using special features such as their sharp teeth and their big paws to catch small animals. So that's 3. They also use big paws to dig for roots and bulbs. That's 4. So that is the answer to how does it hunt or gather food. Now the next question is, does the animal have any predators? So humans who hunt are their biggest predators. So that's sentence 5. So already I have answered 5 things based on what Miss Julia has found. So she has 5 sentences already, which is perfect. But she continues on because the last question is, does the animal have any features that help it survive? Which is, brown bears hibernate in winter. So that's sentence 6. This means that they go to sleep in a den and wake up when it is warm and food is available. That's 7. This way, they will not starve. That is sentence 8. So I've checked off all of my important details, so my important questions, which you should have also answered in your research. Now, if your animal doesn't have any predators, which means like animals that could hurt it, you might want to have an answer like Miss Julia saying that humans are the biggest predator, because actually that's true. Humans are the biggest predator in the world. Well, we're a very dangerous predator because there are people who hunt and kill animals for fun, and we also take up their space. So animals have less space in the world because we cut down their forests and their places where they live. We actually have moved into their spaces. So if you don't have a predator for your animal, it could just be that it's a human. So that could be an extra sentence in there for you if you wanted to add it in, okay? So we have 8 sentences. It's really great work. Now it's your turn. So just some reminders here. So numbers should be written as words. So the number 2 should be written as the word 2. Make sure your capital letters are correct. Read your sentence out loud and be sure that they are complete, make sense, and have punctuation. Okay? Make sure that you have written a proper sentence, that you haven't missed out any words. So read it over carefully. Okay? And then I want you to check your spelling. Remember, if you're not sure of a word, don't ask mom and dad. Try to use a dictionary or thesaurus first. Remember, the rule in school is ask 3 before me. So you could maybe ask mom. So ask mom and dad after you've checked the dictionary, you've checked the thesaurus, and if you have a brother or sister, you could ask them first. Maybe they could help. Or you could just look online and see if it comes up as an option as well for you. Okay? You could ask Siri. You could ask Siri how to spell a word. That could be your third option before going to mom and dad. So now it's your turn. So I'm looking forward to seeing your sentences. Remember, if you only can do 4, that's fine. but I am hoping that you will have enough research to do 5 or 6 or 7 or even 8. So I'm looking forward to seeing all of your research written out nicely and your topic sentence. You guys have come up with really great topic sentences. I've been so happy with your work so far. So I know you'll do just as good of a job on your diet and survival. This is due on Wednesday, because Wednesday we will be starting our life cycle writing. So tomorrow we're going to talk about your life cycle research. All right? So have fun, good luck, and I can't wait to see what you have found out.